Hello and welcome to another episode of Africa, the Motherland. My name is Djaji Prime, and today we are in Benin Republic, or officially known as La République du Benin. Benin Republic is a small West African country of about 10 million people. Now, despite its small geographical size, I'd like to tell you that size in this case does not matter. Benin Republic is filled with a lot of history and a very vibrant culture. Previously known until 1975 as Dahomey, Benin Republic is surrounded by countries such as Burkina Faso and Niger to the north, Togo to the west, and Nigeria to the east. So the flag of Benin Republic is made up of the Pan-African colors yellow, red, and green. A quick history on that. A lot of countries adopted these colors from Ethiopia as sort of, a Pan-African movement, like because Ethiopia was never colonized, so a lot of countries, especially in West Africa, copied these colors for their flags. The representation or the meaning behind these colors for the Benin Republic's flag is that the green band symbolizes hope and revival, yellow symbolizes wealth, and red is symbolic of courage. Now, the biggest city in Benin Republic is Cotonou. Cotonou is the main hub of Benin Republic. That's where all the financial activities take place. That's where you'll find a lot of embassies and international organizations are based, and that's where the main ports of Benin Republic are situated. Now, Cotonou has a lot of history in and of itself, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But Cotonou itself serves not just as a lifeline to Benin Republic, but also to landlocked countries such as Burkina Faso and Niger, and even Nigeria itself. Also, the capital of Benin Republic is Porto Novo. Now, when the Portuguese first arrived in what is now Porto Novo, they said that it reminded them of Porto back in Portugal, hence the name Porto Novo. Now, Benin Republic was made up of a lot of kingdoms in that geographical region. One such kingdom was the Kingdom of Dahomey. Now, Benin Republic, as I said earlier, used to be called Dahomey, but this name was changed in 1975 to a more neutral name, Benin, which is named after the Bight of Benin, which is also in turn named after the Benin Kingdom in Nigeria. Now, please note that you shouldn't confuse Benin City and Benin Republic. That's a city in Nigeria. Let's go over some of the history of Benin Republic. Like I said, this was a major point for European colonialism. You had the Dutch there, you had the French there, and you also had the Portuguese and a host of other European nations who are based in Benin Republic. Drifting a bit off topic, there used to be many outposts on Africa, or coasts. There's the Gold Coast, which is now Ghana. There was the Slave Coast, which now is Benin Republic, Nigeria, and so on. And you also had Ivory Coast, which is now still called Ivory Coast. So all these places where various resources were taken from Africa. Now, the Kingdom of Dahomey relied heavily on slavery for its own economy. Even some Europeans observed that while they were going to wars, they tried as much as possible not to kill their opponents or not to kill the attackers, because the king valued slavery and a lot of money was made off slavery. In fact, a lot of people from Haiti find that their ancestry traces back to Benin Republic. There is one statue in Benin Republic of Toussaint Louverture, who was the first black general in the French army and also a liberator of Haiti. You'll find his statue in Benin Republic. So there's a lot of rich history of kingdoms of Benin Republic. Like I said, Dahomey. There are other regions which had their own kingdoms. Porto Novo as well had its own kingdom. And you also find that there's a lot of colonial architecture which is still in place in various parts of Benin Republic. So moving on to culture, like I said at the beginning of this video, there's so much culture in Benin Republic. In fact, I had a great time researching about Benin Republic. You have the Yoruba people who a lot of people would associate with Nigeria, but there are also Yoruba people in Benin Republic. You have the Fon, which make up about 39 to 40% of the population. You have the Aja, which make up 15%. You also have Fulani. They're a nomadic tribe in Africa. You find them all over Africa. Benin Republic is the hub or the center of voodoo culture. Now I know a lot of people associate, witchcraft and whatnot with voodoo, but voodoo is a lot more than just, dolls and pins. There's actually a lot of cultural and it's actually quite fascinating. I'll leave links in the description to some videos that show voodoo culture. There's a lot of chants, there's a lot of drumming, there's a lot of dancing, there's a lot of sacrifices. I'm sure people would be more familiar with the sacrifices, but really it is a full religion that embodies a lot of things. There are various deities. Oida is the capital of voodoo, and it is believed that Mahu, the almighty god, created secondary divinities which would sort of be like middlemen between himself and humans. So there are about 16 divinities. I'll just give you some of them because I couldn't remember all 16. Tolegba, which is the first protector of voodoo. Dangbe, which is like a sacred python. Gu, which is the god of war and iron, which is equivalent to Gun in Yoruba culture. So something I've noticed, and something you will notice as we go through this series, is that African culture is not restricted to geographical locations or countries. You see culture in one country that is replicated across many countries. So talking about Benin Republic, you see cultures that are similar in Nigeria and in Togo maybe, or even in Niger, that also replicate themselves in Benin Republic. Speaking of Yoruba and Yoruba culture, I think something that I found quite fascinating, I know I find a lot of things fascinating, but speaking of Yoruba culture, so in Benin Republic, there is a community called the Ketu community, and it's an Oduduwa community founded by the eldest son of the king of Ile-Ife. Now Ile-Ife is believed to be the cradle of the Yoruba civilization. Now something interesting is that the king of Ile-Ife had sent out his children and told them to go and conquer various places, like they can't stay in his kingdom. So what's interesting is that the founder of this Ketu in Benin Republic, who is also the eldest son of the king of Ile-Ife, stole the crown. So you can actually see the crown of Ile-Ife, not in Ile-Ife, but in Ketu in Benin Republic. Just thought I'd share that because that sounded very interesting to me. If you're familiar with African music, maybe you'd know Angelique Kidjo. She's from Benin Republic. In fact, she speaks like 4 languages. She's fluent in Fon, which is her father's language, Yoruba, which is her mother's language, and of course English and French. So moving on to the government of Benin Republic. Benin Republic is a presidential republic and it has a unicameral assembly known as the National Assembly. The legal system in Benin Republic is modeled after the French legal system. In order to become a citizen in Benin Republic, one of your parents has to have been a citizen. Dual citizenship is allowed, and also you need to have lived in Benin Republic for like 10 years, at least 10 years, to become a citizen via naturalization. So the current president of Benin Republic is Patrice Talon, who has been president since April. The cabinet is appointed by the president, and the president himself is elected by an absolute majority, and sometimes it can go to 2 rounds of vote. This election this year did go into 2 rounds of vote. Now moving on to the economy of Benin Republic. Benin Republic's economy is still developing. They rely mainly on subsistence agriculture and heavily on cotton. Now there's a large textile industry in Benin Republic. You find a lot of traditional African textiles in Benin Republic. In fact, it's like a major hub in the West African region. Benin Republic also faces problems of electricity supply. As a Nigerian, I can relate to that because you need electricity to develop your industries. Benin Republic, like I said at the very beginning, relies heavily on its ports in Cotonou. So Cotonou also faces a number of piracy issues, which Benin Republic itself has asked for assistance from the international community. Cotton accounts for about 40% of GDP and makes up 80% of official export receipts. The currency of Benin Republic is the West African franc CFA, which was tied to the French franc, but France now uses the euro. So that franc CFA is tied directly to the euro. So 1 euro is equal to about 655 franc CFA. So Benin Republic, despite its small size, is rich in culture and history. You have the voodoo culture or religion, you have the Yoruba culture, you have the Fon culture. There are lots of masquerades. I really enjoyed the masquerades, and I'll leave some links, like I said, in the description. Be sure to check it out for all the resources I use and for maybe your further knowledge on Benin Republic. I would say that this is a great tourist hub. You can go and experience real authentic West African culture in Benin Republic, as it is sort of a melting pot of various cultures across Africa. I would say there are lots of historical places you can visit in Benin Republic if you're into, like, you know, museums and all of that. Lots of colonial buildings left behind by the Europeans, lots of actual kingdoms and palaces from various empires that were within Benin Republic. So be sure to check out Benin Republic, maybe go visit, maybe search something on the internet. I hope this video has inspired you to learn more about Benin Republic. My name is Djaji Prime. This is Africa the Motherland. I really do hope you guys enjoy this series and learn something about not just the countries, but gain a new perspective into Africa itself. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you're new around here, why not click subscribe? I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.